Do you know what a 3D printer is?
A who?
A 3D printer.
Probably not, but I could guess.
It's a device that lets you print objects
in 3D,
out of plastic. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're designed
cool.
on a computer, but
Okay.
it prints it in 3 dimensions. So there have been stories in the news recently about a gun that you can print on a 3D printer.
A live gun?
A working firearm.
Not for me.
So the question is, should people be allowed to create their own firearms using 3D printers?
Absolutely not.
No?
No,
Why
I don't
not?
think so.
Why not?
First of all, if you have a firearm, you have to register it.
You don't have to.
Well, you don't have to if nobody knows you got it.
You can. It is not illegal to build your own firearm.
I could accept that. However, it might be illegal to use it. It might be illegal if somebody sees it to say, hey, you got something that's not legal. Did you register it? You get all kinds of problems with that.
Depending on where you live.
I mean, that's just the way I feel.
Do you think you should have to register it? You agree with
Do I
that?
think you should have to? Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm really not privy. I really am partial to legal things. I think it's very important. There has to be some governors around that keep people on the right path. There's always leeway in things that you do. I'm a teacher, so I teach middle school kids. If you make a rule that's straight and narrow and nobody can bend it, then people rebel against it. But if you give them some parameters that have a little bit of flexibility but still keep the main theme there,
right,
it works.
Let me modify the questions and based on what you just told us about being a middle school teacher. There have been stories in the news about kids. One kid ate a Pop-Tart and kind of shaped it into a gun. He wasn't even trying to do that, and he was suspended. Another 2 kids they had pencils and they were playing
jousting.
They were pretending they were guns,
Wonderful.
shooting, and they were suspended. Only for 2 days. It could have been 10 days. They said they were lenient on them. Do you agree with that kind of... That seems draconian to me.
Well, school districts are in a tough position because they have to answer to the parents and the community. If I saw kids making believe they're shooting, I'd be very concerned. And I would have to refer that to my principal. And I think that a lot of districts have a no-nonsense policy because they feel that the kids threatening people are bullying.
Do no-nonsense policies work? Do they?
Not always. Not always. And, once again, a parent called and said, my kid didn't really do something that bad. Well, it's against school policy. We don't allow it. Whenever you deal with the community, you got to be careful because you're going to always step on some toes. But you might have an irate parent who goes nuts, goes to the school board, goes to the press,
right,
and you got a big problem.
Do you think it is a problem now? We try to, instead of doing what is right, we try to answer the immediate fire, or this person's mad, so we need to do something to address this
We're
situation.
trying to appease people.
Yes.
I think that's
You think
true.
there's too much of that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's time immemorial. That's called BS, right? That's why we get PhDs. That's what it is.
Well said.